Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Love Stream by Dr. Flora. I am thankful and grateful to see each and every one of you every Monday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm thankful and grateful to introduce my guest this evening. And the topic today is definitely about healing your soul, and dancing is a form of medicine that heals your spirit. And today, this evening, we have Miss Etta Dixon. Welcome, Miss Etta Dixon. Hello, hello, everyone. Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Welcome to Love Stream. I am so grateful and thankful that you're here. Before you go and speak, I want everyone to understand your vibration here this evening. And I want to introduce you properly, Miss Etta Chase Dixon. And she is a witness wellness, 3 years till 90 years old, and is still dancing. Professional ballroom dancer, over 7 professional ballroom dances, has been dancing over 35 plus years, is an author and a civic activist as well. Not too many people know that not only is she a dancer, she has written a book called The Wellness Witness. She is also a black belt in karate, and she received that at the age of 63. And she also received 2 degrees. Her second degree was a bachelor's at the age of 75. And so I am so thankful and grateful to welcome Miss Etta. Good evening, Grand Rising, and wherever you're at, great afternoon. And here in the New York City area, great evening. So, Miss Etta, please speak a little bit about yourself. First question is, tell yourself a little bit about yourself, where you born and raised at, and why you love to dance.
Well, I want to say um, I was born in Cumberland Hospital, downtown Brooklyn, and I've been in Brooklyn all my life. I have no intentions of leaving. I'll go to visit, but will be my home till the end. And what happens is that I danced in my mother's womb, and I know I did because mothers get a lot of kicks, and I know I did a lot of kicks. I came out of the womb. She could tell I was very fidgety because my arms were doing the dance. I couldn't walk, but I did the dance with my arms. And she kept saying, she's so fidgety, she's so fidgety, she's so fidgety. So I remember it when I was very young. And when I started as a toddler and I was walking, I was doing my step the best I could when I started walking. And she said, you got ants in your pants. So I had a lot of fun growing up because I had 2 sisters and they didn't do the movement that way. And they were similar to mother. And my mother, she did the Charleston in her time and that was it. She didn't continue. But I'm continuing. I will be dancing till the end as well.
Yes.
Because dance is in my bones. It's in my DNA and my rhythm and my melanin and all of the things that we have to tell us we are moving people. We move. And we have a rhythm that when we move, it's a different rhythm to move to the rhythm that we have. And we were given from God. He gave us all of those things. And that was the one thing the slave master couldn't take away from us was our dancing rhythm. And we danced, and along with the dance, we did the singing. The singing was very soulful. And along with the singing, the dance was very soulful. Because I get excited about it. It's something that I always want to do. And if I have movement, I will be doing it. And it's healthy.
Right. It is very healthy. And that's why I couldn't think of anyone but you to say, you know what? Love Stream is really about internal healing externally and internally. And dancing is a form of medicine to your spirit. And you are one of those people that I just had to have the people, the world globally see that if you choose to dance, move your spirit, you can remain healthy. You are a living wellness in witnessing that for the entire world. And I have you for that. And so explain your name, how you received your name, because your name before you got married is Etta Chase, which is interesting. Chase, right? You're running, you're moving. Etta Chase Dixon, and then you got married and your main name became Dixon. So can you explain a little bit about your name?
Funny. Well, the one thing that I can say about my name is that I'm Etta Jr. My mother was Etta, and she named me after her. And that sort of like connected, because when I wrote my book, I said in the book all the things that she said to me as I was growing up. And one of the things that she said that was very strong, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And that was repeated all throughout the years that I was growing up from her. And then I wrote a whole chapter in the book about mother wit. This is what we call mother wit. In other words, common sense versus nonsense. So the common sense, I wanted to come back. So I put it in my book so that all the young people can become familiar with the mother wit. Because when I mentioned mother wit, they would say to me, what is that? What is mother wit? And I would say common sense versus nonsense. And then they understood. And that was the best way that we could connect from like parent to child or child to parent, because the children didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. But now, as you grow, it grows with you and you get the clearance, this clarity to what you're supposed to be as the person that you would be. You need to know how to become that person. And your parents are the directors. But we don't seem to get it. As we get older, we get it better. And we can connect and we can use this as our guide. It's a guide in life. And as you live your life, you have many guides, and they come from your parents. The first 5 years, you learn everything from your parents, and you are learning more than you ever learned the rest of your years of your life. That's the most time you learn from 1 to 5.
Beautifully said. So you were born to dance. You said you were kicking and moving in your mother's womb. And that leads me to your next question. Where did you begin to dance besides the mother's womb?
Well, as we know, the band era was sort of moved back or shut down a little bit. But when the band era came, when it came back, because it returned, and I haven't stopped since. It must have returned. Well, I know I went to the Savoy, and I know that the Savoy was like the place where we would connect as far as integrating, as far as the black and the white, would integrate. And it would have gotten us integrating very simply without any problem if they didn't close the Savoy down. The Savoy was open every day in the week, every night in the week. And then when it came back, it only came back for weekends. But we were there. But the other group, they shut it down because they didn't want us to integrate because the musicians were integrating long before integration started.
Okay, so you started actually dancing in settings of bands. So live music set your rhythm to the beat of your heart. And so when that started, tell you a little bit before you started doing those things in the band area and with live music, you met Mr. Luther Dixon, the American songwriter. Can you speak a little bit about that? Because that's who your first partner was in dancing live music. So explain that a little bit. And for those of you that don't know who Luther Dixon is, please, Etta, explain and describe who he is.
Luther Dixon was the gentleman that I married. I got married to him when I was I was 18, but in 2 more months I would be 19. And I had graduated from high school. I was sitting home and I went to the dance and I met him. And I said, wow, yes, because the dance, most of the young guys, black guys, they weren't doing it the way we did it when we first started doing. We would everything was a dance. In fact, there was no TV, no Nintendo, no video, no VCR, no internet, no cell phones. We turned on the radio and we listened to the big bands, and when they came on, we matched our step to their musical statements. We were in our glory. We were happy. And to give you an idea of how the dance went, if you saw Hell's a Poppin' with Frankie Manning, they would do aerials, throw the ladies up in the air and catch them when they came down. That's how much it was so rooted in us. And it'll never, when I go to the other dances and dance with them, we are so happy. That's the happiest time of our lives. We were like, we were made to move. We wanted to move. We had the desire, we had the passion.
Wow. And you were made to move with Mr.
Yes, and
right? And
one that could dance. So we got married. I said, oh, I'm going to dance through my marriage, dance through my life, and all of that. But basically, he did write music, and one of his hit songs was, what the song was?
16 Candles?
16 Candles. Lovely light, but not as bright as your eyes tonight. And he wrote song after song after song. In fact, it's on the internet. The songs that he wrote, he'll put his name in and it'll come up, his picture, everything. And they had the company called Scepter Records. Motown emulated Scepter Records because Scepter was first in the 50s and Motown was in the 60s. And they had charge of the Shirelles, and the Shirelles are still singing today. To this day, they are still singing. And he wrote everything he A&R for him, for the Shirelles, was a hit.
Wow.
So the Shirelles are not going to ever stop. Go on. And it's a nice thing.
He was your first partner in dancing. And that's beautiful. So that's
the first partner that I danced with. Yeah.
Absolutely. After you came out of your mother's womb. Ooh. And so that leads me to your next question. That is
no, but I was dancing with my girlfriends all all of us dance. We dance, we dancing going, yeah. The girls dance with each other because we couldn't go out. We couldn't.
Beautiful. Yes, it was a different
nighttime. Dance. It was in nighttime, so we couldn't go out. Yeah. But so we enjoyed everything. I played ball. I played handball in the park. And I did a lot. We played jacks. We always had the games that you didn't have to spend money to use.
Right.
As they do today. Every game's money. But back in the day, we played the dodgeball, the jacks, and
activity.
Potsy, all of the things that didn't cost anything. Yes. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. And I would love to play dodgeball today.
Yeah.
Dodging the ball.
I think all that is important because that brings activity. It brings movement, right? All that is movement, and that still relates to dancing. Dodgeball allows you to move properly. Jacks, right? You use your hands. So that's like dancing with your partner. So all these things had a focus on movement. And so that doesn't surprise me that you did all those things because being almost 90 years old shows me that the activities keep you healthy. And so my next question to you is, what type of ballroom dancing do you do?
The one that I do now today is called Jazz Swing with Bernard Dove. And, all of the other dances too. A lot of them do the, what they call, it slips my mind right now, but I know what it is. The Lindy Hop. The Lindy Hop today. But we did Jazz Swing before the Lindy Hop came out. Long before that. So we are
correct. It's jazz.
Look at it as Lindy Hop. It's not. Yeah. The Lindy Hop have a lot of kicks in it, but the Jazz Swing, you stay close to the floor and you swing. And he'll swing you all around. Your partner will swing you all around. And then he'll throw you out. And I says, throw me out, throw me out. And a lot of the young fellas don't know how to do that. They don't even have to cut in.
Right.
I had another situation where I taught the guy the steps of the dance, like the what you would call the bass. So he said he wanted to learn that for a long time. He was so happy that I showed him that. And then we could dance.
That takes a lot of activity.
Dance before people.
Absolutely. That takes a lot of activity.
Yes.
And that's your specialty, but you do 6 others. And that is what? The merengue, the tango?
And I would call it fun size rather than exercise or activity. It was like the fun that would draw you in to do it. to try to
Right.
get the men to get up and do
Right.
it
So you
for
did
the
7
young
other
people.
dances besides jazz swinging. And you did the tango,
Well,
yeah,
my
right? The
first partner,
cha-cha
my second partner, I guess
and
I should say,
foxtrot,
my
correct?
second partner, he learned 29 dances, and
Wow.
we did 7 of the 29.
Ah,
And
7
we
of
danced for 20 years. His name was Emmanuel Poussin.
Oh.
And it was just fun to dance with him because he did it just the way I learned it back in the day. And then I learned a broader side of it because he went to school. So everything I do now is what he taught me with the dance. And he's deceased now. He died in 2012 at the age of 89. And he was we did the merengue,
Ah,
the
merengue.
foxtrot, the
Wow.
cha-cha, the tango, and there were other dances. And then our final dance was the swing.
Mm.
And he would take off his jacket like he was going to do a lot of work. And we have videos of them, and I can show you. And let me tell you, it was so great because the older man is really the one that know how to dance, because that was the activity back in the day. There was no other activity
So would
that
you
we
say that
could
jazz
use
is your
our.
specialty? Is your favorite jazz swinging?
Can you say that again? Because
Do
you're
you
breaking up from me. Can you say it again?
do you think jazz is your favorite dance? Is jazz swing is your favorite?
Yeah, jazz is what Bernard and I do today. We just do the one dance, and I'm glad to have somebody to
Or
dance
not
with
your
because
third
most
dance?
of the guys don't dance. Yeah. So Bernard, he went to school. He learned everything from school. So I got another lesson from him.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
your third.
follow. I
For those
just
of you guys listening, that's her third dancer and her most recent, Bernard. And they do a lot of swing
right.
dancing. And can you tell the
Yeah.
audience out there where places to go dancing in swing dancing?
Well, Swing 46 is every night they have swing on 46th Street, and they call themselves Swing 46. That's between 8th Avenue and 9th Avenue in Manhattan. And it's easy to find because they have their little video outside showing the people what's going on inside. So when you see that video, just follow it, go right in, and you'll have a time of your life.
Wow.
It's just nothing like dancing, nothing like it. And the dances are, even Sammy Davis Jr., he lost his voice before he passed away, but he could still dance just before he
Mm.
died. Yes, he could.
So
Yeah, there's a lot of things about dancing that we don't know, and it's history. It's our history because it's how we survive. All of the challenges that we had in life. We survived because of dancing, and then we would have the singing as well. But the dance is movement. I like the movement because we don't move enough. As we get older, we recluse, and we should not do that. That's why I wrote my book. That's why I said, let me just put this down. It'll be my legacy when I'm gone. It'll be here when I'm dead and gone. So we need to know how to keep the dance in our lives, not push it out, not say my leg hurts, because that's why your leg hurts. You're not dancing. And if you dance, you will never have a pain. I don't have an ache or pain. Nothing is wrong with me. And the more I dance, the better I get, because the circulation, all doctors will diagnose every elderly person with poor circulation. And then they get it, they interpret it as, oh, I should sit and not move. But that's not, and doctors don't know. They're younger than we are. We're older than the doctor. We might be able to help the doctor more than he can help us. And that's what we need to know this so that we can continue this life, which is given to us to be happy and enjoy it and to go forth and give our wisdom as we get older. Receive the wisdom that you get, because the wisdom is what's missing. We need to be wiser and healthier. I used to say, oh, let's be healthy. No, we didn't make that. We didn't hear that. Then I would go on to say, well, let's heal. Let's all of us heal. And we didn't hear that. So now I'm saying, let there be wellness.
yeah.
Wellness, do not block your wellness ever. So when you get to be elevated years, You have a lot to offer, a lot to contribute, a lot for the young people to come to you and get. They need to adopt you as a grandparent or something. Go to the senior citizen center and get that grandparent out of there and make them talk to you and tell you how you are going to leave a legacy. We're giving you the legacy. The people behind me is going to give you the legacy. We've got to do that. We've got to let us know that all the things that we think are joyful are not. The real joy is in the movement, the dancing, the singing, the being a human being. Just be the human you're supposed to be. What is that problem? Why is it a problem for us? We don't need the drugs. We don't need the alcohol. We don't need the cigarettes. We don't need them. They destroy us. Why should we be destroyed like that
and leads
shorten
me to
our
the next
lives?
question, Miss Etta. That leads me to the next question to say, why do you think dancing is healing to your soul? Why do you think that, and especially the time for coronavirus, what do you think is important for people to know why you think dancing is important due to the fact that, one of the things that have affected coronavirus is saying that the low immunity under elderly, but you are a wellness witness to show that you are live and strong. Your voice is higher vibration. Your body is moving. So give some reasons why you believe that dancing has kept you this healthy and also prevented you from having coronavirus.
I'm so glad you asked me that question. I can't wait to answer it. The fact is, when the first thing that the people said was that our immune system was compromised. That was the first thing. And we needed to take that and heal, reverse it, turn it around so that we wouldn't get sick. If our immune system is compromised, we can't fight off that disease. But if you have the immune system that's not compromised, that disease will never touch you. You will not be in a situation like this. I'm not, and I'm told that I'm more vulnerable than anybody else because of my age. But I'm not there. I'm not at that point. I'm past it. I have told everybody, it says, get your garlic, get your ginger, get your all the green leaves and all the green vegetables and juice them and drink them down. That will squash that coronavirus. We don't need that in our lives. And we're Black people more susceptible because we are out front. We're in the front lines. We are confronted with all of the problems that we don't need, but we are there and doing it, and we're getting the disease first. Most of us.
Do you think that also healthy
we were told that we were the ones
eating?
that's subjective.
Exactly. So healthy lifestyle eating and along with dancing and movement has allowed you to prevent you from getting diseases, and your immune system is very strong. So that is very important to let people know that that's what you believe is strong. It helps you with movement. It helps with circulation. And it's fun. You call it what? Fun sizing. Dancing is fun sizing instead of exercising.
Yes, I replaced that word exercise. I replaced it. It's fun size from now on, fun size. And we are going to be, the wellness is what I want us to understand. Incorporate, it's a lifestyle to do wellness. It's not just, we do it a certain time and then stop and then, no. It's a lifestyle. Our lifestyle needs to be understood, done. It's doable. The word doable is not used as much, but I want to use it. I want to keep that word in our heads, and we need to say to ourselves, it's doable. And we do it. It's done. Doable, do it, done. We are people, and we don't need the profanity that's going around. We're raising our children. The children don't want that. They want their parents to get along. That's the only thing children want. And we think they want toys and all that. What is it, McDonald's? I don't know. But anyway, that's not the way. We have to think in a way that they are thinking. And that's what they are thinking. Get along with the people who brought me into the world. Please get along. That's the only thing they want. They don't want anything else. That's what babies and children, as they grow up and teenagers, and they would be happy. We think that we don't know what will make them happy, but we have to start knowing these things. In my book, it's said, that's why I wrote the book. I had to write the book. I didn't think I would ever write a book. I never thought that would ever come into my life because I thought it was too complicated. But once you meet the right person, the publisher and all, which is the name of my publisher is Walter Publisher Company. and Walker Publishing Company. And she helped to get this book published. And she's going to help with my next book. But this book, large print, it'll always be circulating. It'll never be on the shelf. If the print is small, those books stay on the shelf longer. And the people don't tend to read because the eyes are in a decline. Our organs are in a decline as we get older. And our organs are in an upcline as we.
Since we're talking about your book, Miss Etta, please talk a little bit about your book.
Okay.
It's called I Am a Wellness Witness, correct? And where can they find your book?
Yes, it is. This is it. This is it right here. I hope everyone can see it. Yes. And it's I am a wellness witness. Mm-hmm. Not a Jehovah's Witness. That's how you remember it. I'm a wellness witness. And basically, what I have done is let you know that you have a decision. You have a powerful inbred decision to choose the right way to go. If you choose your doctor and how he teaches you and how he goes along with you, that's fine. But there is other ways too as well that they don't learn in their doctoring. So we have to sort of incorporate that as well. And so we have that decision-making power. And that's what my book is about. I'm a wellness witness. It's about wellness. It's about things that you don't know. One lady told me that she read the book and the book told her to take her knuckles and circulate and sort of incorporate new blood into the gums. So you take your knuckles and work it. She said that her pyorrhea went away. And when she went to the dentist did not draw blood from her gums. He put all the problems in and didn't draw any blood. I've got the education as well. Because when you know these things, you keep sharing it. You share it. And when you share things, that's how we get well.
Absolutely.
We know.
Knowledge is wellness.
Our parents never went to doctors. Mm-hmm. So they had the remedies, and we need to get those remedies and do them as well. That will help us as well.
Miss Etta. I think knowledge, what you're saying is very important for people to understand, is that knowledge is wellness. Yes, do preventive medicine. Go get your checkups with the doctors. But at the same time, understand your lifestyle. That includes dancing. That includes keeping yourself alert. That includes to make movements within your spirit and make decisions within yourself and trusting your inner GPS to understand that and to share and to get along and to also teach the ones after you. And that's what you've done. You have shown those that aging is a myth, that you're supposed to be crippled by 60 or 70 and your bones are supposed to ache and you're supposed to forget memory loss. But you've shown that aging is a choice. There's certain things that we cannot stop, and that's getting older, but we can age gracefully. And Miss Etta, that's what you have done. My next question is...
Got it?
Yes. Thank you.
You're breaking up for me. I can't.
That's okay. I hear you. My next question to you is, why do you feel that dancing partners and connecting with a dancing partner is important and you don't see that much these days, but that you want to express that to the world?
My dancing partner?
Dancing partners are very important. And please express why you feel it's very important for the young ones to understand that partnership in dancing must come back and exist again. Please explain why.
Well, I'll give you an example of what happened when I was dancing with Bernard. And Bernard is the most ferocious or the most active dancing partner I have. I've never had one as diligently as his dancing with me. And I enjoy it that way. And we have chemistry together. So we were dancing and there was a gentleman sitting watching us. And the next thing I heard him say, and he said it very like, it was just amazing for him to say it for himself. He said, my mother and father used to dance. They don't do it anymore, but they used to. And that was the time that they were happy. Children hear the arguments that the parents, all the time they hear them arguing. They never see them having joy. And that's why we should dance with each other as partners. Make sure we get the dancing so the children can see it. And that transitions into their lives, and they will do it. In fact, every culture has a dance. Every culture, and every all over the world. And they know how important it is. That's what in America, we are so busy with all of the distractions of the internet and the telephones, it's the cell phones. We don't get a chance to do these things. And we can't leave it out because we've got to move the body. And this is the first way to move the body. Children do it automatically. They dance all the time. But adults, forget it. Their time is not incorporated in dancing.
And
They
this
don't
is
have
why,
a way to
right.
know how.
It helps with communication. So you're
Yes.
saying dancing, when you see couples dance, it shows happiness, it shows connection, it helps with communication. Any other things that you feel that is important now? Because even with the coronavirus and people are indoors, people should start thinking, wake up, take your dance partner, take your loved ones and just move and dance. Have that connection again. You've just shown it. You've just proven it. You've shown by witnesses. It doesn't have to be research. Wellness witnesses. You're almost 90 years old, and the things that you have said, from that child looking at her parents dancing, that they no longer dance anymore, they are no longer happy. They forgot to dance within their spirit. They forgot to communicate.
Well,
Give
Bert,
me an example why you think dancing is important as couples.
yeah, and Bernard teaches line dance, and that's something that women can do because the men do not do the dancing that we should. We need the partner. We need that dancing partner, and we need to touch each other. I know there's just something about this touching that's been sort of like, don't do it, but it's a human thing, touching. And if we dance, we're supposed to touch. But if we don't dance, we're not going to touch. We're not going to do that. This is how we stay connected with each other, the males and the females. We went to a party one time and nobody danced, but not Bernard, but Clem. He said to me, he knew why. And you know why we didn't dance? He said all the people at the party were married. And married people, when they go to a party, the women go in one corner, the men go in the other corner, and they talk about each other. And it's not in a favorable way. They don't tell all the things about women that they don't particularly gravitate to, and then women tell all the things about the men that they don't gravitate to. If we could learn to speak in a way that we can build up our mates, build up the males and the females in our lives, we would have something that would be helpful to us. That's why dancing is so helpful to us. We are in need of it, and the female more so than the male, it seems so far. And the female doesn't even know that, and the male doesn't know. One time I was speaking to a group, and I said to the group that there's one thing that a woman wants from her mate. Nobody knew what it was, not even the women. So I had to tell them. And I told them, I said, she wants her mate to take her out dancing, dance her across the floor, and be that partner like that. She didn't even know it herself. So one of the men that were there, he said, I didn't know that. He said, I says, women do all small things for men. They're always doing something for men. But the men don't know what to do for the woman. So now he said to me, you know what he said to me? He said they had gone on a cruise and they had a teacher to teach you how to dance. And he told them no. He said he'll never do that again. He felt very sad about that. And he was right to be sad because that was a chance to learn the dance. Their lessons are $60 for in 1 hour. You get a free lesson? Get it. Get that free. Anybody willing to teach you? I'll teach you. Men only need to know 5 steps. Once they know the 5 steps, they will dance. One man came over to me. He heard me say that. He says, teach me those 5 steps. One man I taught the 5 steps. He says, I've been trying to learn this for a long time. Nobody is willing to give a little. Just give a little, bend a little. Try to be what you need to be as a human being. Human beings are what is huge. Huge. Being a human being is huge. I can't say it enough. I want to say it all day, all night, all the time, because if we can get that message, half the battle is won. We got a battle out here. We're battling, and we don't even know. But go to the older people and get the answer. Make those older men talk to the younger men. Because if they talk to them, they can avoid a lot of problems that they're going to be confronted with. And being confronted with problems is not what we want to do. We want to be a part of the solution, not the pollution. We want to be a sort of a hit in the family. We can teach them how to be well. My book will give you that, and you will go with it and teach your children, your sons, your daughters, the babies. Let me tell you, they are like a sponge. They sponge it up. Babies are the greatest thing you can see, and watch them do what they do. They do dancing first. I'm sorry. The dancing is key.
And you know, and that's the key of life, Miss Etta. Miss Etta, the key of life. Yes, the key of life is about dancing. And one of the things that I notice about you as well is that you have a combination of full of love, full of energy, full of vibration, and very wise woman. And one of the things that I've learned from you throughout the years, you were the first person that had me out dancing jazz. You know, I've danced. I was born to dance as well. My mother even said the same thing. I jumped out when she was giving birth. They said that I came out of her womb as she was giving birth to me, and the doctors almost almost lost me because I just came out like, woo, right? And ever since then, I was born to dance too. And one of the things that I feel is very important to continue to what you're saying is it allows your body to move in such a way. It gives you tune. It gives you higher vibration. And me being from a Latino community, salsa is a part of our love. We breathe it, we eat it, we smell it. And dancing, it is a form of connection. Jazz is another form of connection where you allow yourself, your own inner drum to move. And when you can have a partner attached to that, it gives you more of a connection. And I agree, we need more unity between men and women. This is the year that I say it's more important now than ever. We're in the yin and yang of the world. And when we can incorporate men to communicate with women and women communicate with men with a silence touch of just dancing, just do it. We have now more time than ever around coronavirus to just take that woman's hand, take that man's hand and just dance. Move without any sound, just the music and your partner's beat of the heart. Once you can do that, there's going to be another form of spark. And teach that to your children. Make them understand that following the beat of your heart with the rhythm of the music can give you such joy. And you are proving living facts about that. And you're a very wise quote woman. I always think you're kind of like a rapper, you know, and you always have sayings like solution, stay away from the pollution and things like that. Can you actually give a couple of more quotes that can help people today, especially now during these uneventful times? Those wonderful quotes that you have, a few of them.
Yes, my name is Etta, and if you listen to Etta, you'll feel better. And my last name is Dixon, and I put in my book, Dixon's Prescriptions Guaranteed to Work. Because the doctor's prescriptions, they don't guarantee. They say, let's try this and let's try that. And my main prescription says, train brain in dealing with healing. Prevention is the intention, which is never, ever approached in that way. And we're going to have to start including that in our lifestyle of living.
Say it again, prevention
is? Prevention is the intention. That's what it's about. You don't have to get it to sort of like suffer. Suffering enough has been, we've done enough suffering and all that crying. The women cry and the men are busy trying to figure out what she's crying about. And she's crying and crying, and they never find out.
Well, take her out to dance. That would solve the problem.
That's the story, Morning Glory. That's the deal, McNeil. That, honey, we need to dance as much as we can. And we will not have, oh, my knee needs to be replaced or whatever they do to it. My hip, It's like a million things that we need. And I says, well, that's why you're needing it, because you didn't dance. You don't connect those. We don't connect it. And we're gonna have to start connecting it now. I shouldn't be the only one to be able to go out and move the body. It doesn't make sense to me. Every time I dance with Bernard, like he has this dip that we do. We do a drop and a dip and all that. And you know what the ladies say to me? Instead of saying, let me just get up and try it, they say, oh, if I had gone down there, I could never get up. I says, oh no, you would get up. I'd show you how to get up. You're gonna get up. And this is where situation. So I hope that you heard that.
Yes, we
and we'll go with it and share it. You hear it, you share it. That's the way we're going to do. And you're going to get a lot more from my book. I have so many that I'm saying to you in reference to making that transition. In other words, I'm replacing words to help you make a transition. We're always saying change, and we're always saying it like from the beginning of time, and we haven't changed. It didn't work. So now you're going to say adjust, and it's going to work. Try it. Everybody try that.
Everyone all together say adjust.
No, I want you to adjust.
Adjust.
And that way it's done little by little by little by little. You wean on the good and you wean off the bad. And by the time 30 days have passed, you are a different person. And you will be the person you want to be. You are going to make a transition. You're going to transformation, and you're going to be the human being that you are supposed to be. Because I'm here to let you know this. I will interject. I have that as my age. I'm old enough to do that. And interrupt. We hear people talk. The seniors sit around and talk about, oh, I got this wrong. I got that wrong. And then the next lady will say after them, I got something worse than you. Wrong. The next lady be worse than this. I went over there to them and I interjected. I said, you know what I said? I said, when do you talk about the healing? And they looked at me like I was from Mars, because they know nobody talks about the healing. And they doing what everybody else does. But I'm going to inject that. When you talk and you talk about what you have that's wrong with you, you better have a healing to make you well. That same sentence in that same time. Because for every ailment that we have, there's a vegetable to heal it. The vitamin A is for the cancer, which is carrots and all those things. There are a lot of vegetables, but these vegetables heal. The string beans are for your diabetes, because string beans have natural insulin in them. There's a vegetable for every ailment that we have, and you will heal, guaranteed. I know that, because I shouldn't be the only one to be out here dancing and being well and working all the time. I'm working. I don't stop. Nobody sees me sitting around. I'm going to get my massage from Flora. I'm going there to get that. I'm going to get my acupuncture. I'm going to the spa. I'm going to the gym. I can't wait to go. It's like, oh my gosh, we got to get this going. We can't stay like this. Why would the person say, why would they shut down well people? And he was right. You don't shut down well people. If someone is sick, then you tend to it. You take care of it. You know what to do. Your parents never went to doctors. They had remedies, and the remedies was so good. Oh my God, they would soak their feet, and let me tell you, they would sleep deeper every night. And that's when you heal, when you sleep deeper. That sleeping stuff that we problem. We got to get into the healing of that direction to soak our feet. We have a kettle. We have a foot pan. Put the hot water in and keep adding the hot water, and you will relax and you will go to sleep. You will sleep deeper and you will be well. You will feel so good you can't believe you're you. You have to understand your anatomy. You have to understand what it is that you're supposed to do. You have to understand how to interact with each other. And there's a way we can do that. We can interact. There's no problem. But that's why we have the problem, because we're not interacting. Right. And our children see it. They can tell you. They will let you know. They are more of a parent that they would like. They show you that. But we seem to not read body language. We're going to have to start doing this. We're going to have to learn that there's these things that are not taught to us. We're going to have to incorporate. Like we don't have a listening skill. But there's no class for listening skills. So we're going to have to teach that to ourselves. How to listen, zip that lip and get those ears. We have two ears, one mouth. Listen sometimes, most of the time. And then you'll be wiser to be incorporating back into the conversation what we're supposed to hear.
Absolutely. And I want to say
Our
that,
topic
Miss Etta,
is movement.
1 second, let me just say something really quick is that I absolutely agree. And I want to incorporate in what you're saying is that you're such a wise woman. You're so vibrant. And that is the reason why I couldn't think of anyone else but you to say and speak about the witness wellness, about what dancing can do. But it also allows your spirit to be more clear, to be more wise, that dancing is not only a form of rhythm to follow your heartbeat, but it also allows connection with your partner. Connection with your partner is very important. And when you do that, it gives contentment from your entire well-being holistically life. And that being said, I want everyone to understand that not only she's a dancer, she's an activist. She is a mentor for so many people. She actually goes to elderly homes and gives massages to them and gives them movements. You are just an amazing person to allow people to know that aging is a myth, that you're supposed to feel pain. But if you are active like you do and be proactive, you will prevent diseases. And I want to make sure that I inform the community of how to reach you when necessary. For example, for some wisdom or for your book or for dancing skills. How can they reach you, Etta?
Well, my phone number, I have a phone and I'm not online. So I'll give you my phone number. It's 718 395 7159. I'm going to repeat that for you so that you will get it. I've listed in the directory if you misplace it. My phone number is 718 395 7159. I'm waiting to hear from you.
And that's in the
So that
United
your
States.
questions
That's
will be,
plus
you will
one.
have clarity on everything you need to know.
Correct.
And my book is here. And
yes,
I'm writing another one saying, let there be wellness. And the next one will be, hello, wellness, goodbye, illness. And then I want to write the book about the golden age. When you reach your golden age, there is a lot of difference that we need to adjust to. And we can do that easily. And I know the things that most of the people that knew them are not here. They made their transition, but I'm still here. So this way you can find it out what it is that happens and you can overcome. That song overcome didn't just mean for civil rights. It meant overcome everything. We shall overcome all of these problems and we will be in our joy, our greatest joy that we can be in, because life is about enjoying it, being happy, and making yourself help other people be happy. You have to know how to do that. And this can be done. It's doable, doable, doable. Done.
Yes,
That's what I want you to say to yourself.
absolutely. And please understand that Miss Etta lives in the United States in Brooklyn, New York. And when you do dial that number for her wisdom or for dancing information, or to get in touch with her just to listen to some wisdom or some of her herbal remedies, it's +1718. So that you know that +19718. It's very important to understand that, because if anyone wants to reach out, you can also purchase her book on Amazon, right? Correct? Your book can be found on Amazon.
Yes, that's right. Barnes and Noble, trying to get it in the library, all of those things.
And it's called I Am a Wellness Witness, correct?
Yes, that's it. And know that you are going to awaken your dance. Open your arms and receive that dance. The dance is a key. And we seem to not know that. We seem to circumvent it. We know how to do that so well. But I'm here to let you know, open up that door, let it in, tell your partner, If he has a problem, I can show them the 5 steps that he needs to know. And that's all he needs is 5 steps. And when I showed it to the men, I've showed it to a lot of them. They say, "Oh, this is fun. I like it." They like it. That's what's so interesting about the things that we don't do or we don't want to do. We do them and we like it. It's like, thank you, thank you, thank you for this body movement. And we can't thank it enough. It's like the one thing that we seem to think is going to hurt us. It doesn't hurt you, it helps you. Do everything that helps you and do nothing that hurts you. And you will be a better person. You'll be the person you're supposed to be. You will make a transformation that you will love. You will like that transformation. A lot of people look in the mirror, they don't like themselves. Do you see a friend or an enemy? That's your answer. It's your answer. You answer the questions. There are a lot of questions, you need to answer them. And they need to be answered in a way that is clear. You understand it, and you will do what you understand. You can't understand it, you can't do it.
Absolutely. And that
So
means
doing
try.
things
Doable
is
means try.
how we function in life. Doing
Absolutely.
and helping.
Absolutely. Functioning, doable means try. And one of the things I've learned from you is take risks, no fears. When I started seeing you do those flips and turning around and splits, I'm like, this lady is 80 years old, because I've known Etta for quite some time. I'm like, oh, there is no mistake. I'm going to learn. Yes, I am. And guess what? You are a proven human being that prevention is the key, and that dancing moves your soul, and dancing is medicine to your spirit. And I thank you so much for being a part of this Love Stream show by Dr. Flora, because I want people to know that there's so many myths out there, and that we have to understand our inner truth GPS. And you're one of those witnesses, because you are a gift to all of us. And I thank you for.
And we better dance now that we're in with this pandemic. We better dance because we're not getting any movement. We got to get movement.
Right.
So we better dance. Put on some music and move to that dance. Just keep on moving. You don't need to stop the movement.
Right. Absolutely. Any last words you want to say? We have about 4 more minutes before we close out the show. Anything that you want to tell people with your any spunkiness about your quotes that you normally say before we leave out, especially in the times now that people are going through this corona thing with dancing? What words do you want to leave before we leave out tonight?
Well, I just want to tell the politicians that their politicians and corruption should not be their ambition. And this is the part they have to understand too. Politicians, they are in a like a box, but they have a lot of controls and a lot of ways we can move forward in their power. And the fact is that if they dance, they'll be a better politician.
So you hear it out there. Miss Etta says, keep dancing, including the politicians. That being said, Miss Etta,
yes,
thank you so much for allowing me to be honored for you being a guest here this evening. I want everyone to know that everyone that wants to reach out, Miss Etta, you can reach out to her again by her telephone number, which is 1-718-395-7159. For any information, Etta, her wisdom, her herbal remedies, her dancing skills, please reach out to her. And if you're interested in her book, I Am a Wellness Witness, you can find it now on Amazon.com. She'll be coming out with another book coming soon. We'll be staying tuned for that, and we'll bring her back on for that as well. Let's respect everyone. And I, Dr. Flora Luyando, here on Love Stream, want to say, everyone, have a great evening, great morning, great afternoon, wherever you're at. Stay well, and remember, you have the choice to continue to live a healthy, blessed wellness in your heart. Thank you, and have a good night. Thank you for watching.